To say our season is going pretty well, I think is an understatement. Since the last episode, we have played a total of 4 more league games. We've won the Supercoppa final against Atalanta, and we've got through to the Coppa Italia 4th round as well, after beating Bologna 5-0. We score goals. We don't even draw. This is how ridiculous this season is. We've drawn once, even it was the second game of the season. Anyway, it's transfer window time. We've still got about 3 days left, but I don't think we're going to see any more players joining the club. Leaving the club, maybe. There might be some. Luca Pellegrini is one of the 2 players to leave on a permanent deal, signing for Ajax. And Riccardo Orsolini has also left the club, signing for Lyon over in France. We've made about 12 million from both of these. In terms of players joining the club, we haven't really gone too nuts. We've signed 1 player for a reasonable sum of money, and then 4 players on cheap deals. Ibrahimovic is one, not Zlatan. It is this man, Arajon Ibrahimovic, signed from Bayern. I want to loan him out, but I don't think it's actually going to happen. We have also signed Ian Maatsen from Chelsea on a free transfer. Technically, we paid £2 million because I wanted him in the country as soon as possible to learn Italian and playing games and all that jazz. And then we've immediately loaned him out to Cagliari, where hopefully he'll play a fair amount of football in Serie B. A Football Manager favourite up next is Lorenzo Luca, signed on a permanent deal from Pisa, and the fans hated this, absolutely hated this for some reason. I don't know why. We're not likely to be playing Luca. I'm probably going to loan him out to somebody else if we can get that deal over the line before the window shuts. He's most likely going to be a player who's going to get used basically to sell on in a few years' time for maybe £10 million. He has only cost 2.4 million, so it's a reasonable expectation that we should be able to sell him for more. Next up is another central defender, because I love buying centre-backs, don't I? Davide Bettella, signed from Monza, or Brianza in this save. He's cost £3 million. He's apparently got potential. I'm not sure, but he was cheap. He only cost £3 million, like I said. I probably won't play him a huge amount. He'll come off the bench every now and then. And finally, our one big signing of the January transfer window for about £35 million in total. He's cost 7.5 up front, and then the rest is in various instalments and clauses and things like that. So he's relatively cheap still, only 21. Eli Wahi, signed from Montpellier. I think he could be an absolute superstar. And the reason why I brought him in is because he is going to hopefully replace Arkadiusz Milik in the next couple of seasons' time. That's the goal. Having Wahi alongside Vlahovic could be a superb partnership. And if you missed the end of last episode, we were also signing Endrick in the summer. He's costing probably too much money. It's about £18 million, but it's Endrick. You kind of have to sign Endrick, don't you? He's not the only player joining in the summer as well. Paul Wanner, another player joining from Bayern Munich on a free transfer. Julian Reichhoff, probably not how it's pronounced, also joining in the summer on a free transfer from Borussia Dortmund. This one is a very good signing if you ask me. And also so is this. Firmino, signing from Villarreal on a free transfer in the summer. He would probably be close to getting in our first team now. I have tried to buy him, because I can do buy now. We can't afford that, even though we technically can. And finally, another player joining from Chelsea is Ethan Ampadu. He's spent 2 seasons already in Italy, so hopefully, I didn't check this, hopefully he learns the language. Does he know Italian? He's fluent in Italian, so he doesn't need to learn that. I think that's a decent signing as well. Probably not going to be playing a huge amount, but he's only 23. Also, he counts as from the EU because he's half Irish. He's not even English. He was born in Exeter and he's not even English. That's not how that works. Anyway, in between episodes, as I mentioned earlier, we've just won everything again, haven't we? We beat Parma 4-1. We beat Napoli 2-1. We beat Verona 3-1. We beat Atalanta 3-2 in the Supercoppa final. We beat Spezia 7-0. Vlahovic with 3 goals, in this one. We then beat Bologna 5-0. Vlahovic getting 2 more goals. By the way, Vlahovic is nuts. He scored 23 goals in 15 starts so far this season in the league. That's ridiculous. So for match number 1 of the episode, we're only going to play 2 games in today's episode. It is against Roma at home. It's Carnesci in goal, Livramento, Bremer, Scalvini and Gvardiol in defence, McKennie and Locatelli, Kulusevski and Chaser on the wings, Wahi and Vlahovic starting today up front. I've dropped Milik, not because of anything he's done, just because I want to play Wahi. And we're actually going to put you around that way, because I think that's a better use of Wahi. So in terms of fixtures, we are off the back of a 7-0 victory and a 5-0 victory. So we haven't conceded a goal in 2 games, and we've scored 12. So if we don't score 6 goals against Roma, I'd say this is a disappointment. You had a brief look at the league table there as I clicked skip to go straight past it. We are obviously top of the table, 9 points clear of second place, which I think at the moment is Napoli. Vlahovic has nicked this ball early on for us. Loses out though to the Roma defence. Ibanez forward, back to Ibanez again. Long kick upfield. Nobody's really going for that. Gvardiol collects it for us, though. Goes for a big lump down the left. Finds Chaser. 3 in the box if he can cross it in. He does cross it in. Kulusevski's there. Kulusevski's effort almost finds the bottom corner. Well, it looks like we're getting some shots away. 4 shots now, 2 on target. The Kulusevski one obviously wasn't one of those shots on target. But we're not seeing anything, so they're not the best shots, apparently. Half an hour in, we've got a corner. It's come in from Kulusevski. McKennie's going to pick up the loose ball, and an absolute rocket from the American, but it's gone over. I thought that went in then. It rippled the net. I thought that went in. It didn't. Kulusevski with the ball on the right-hand side for us. After Roma had a throw and just threw it straight to us. Vlahovic is there. Blasts his shot straight over the bar. This could be one of those games where we're never going to score. Half-time then is 0-0, and if this is one of those games where we're never going to score, we need the Roma defence to do something stupid and basically gift us a goal. That seems to be how it works. That's what happened last time we played a game like this, and we weren't very good. We still won thanks to an own goal. Scalvini with the ball for us, 49 seconds into the second half. Dybala's got the ball there, gone for a long-range effort. Karneshi can easily hold on to that one. Was that the highlight? Yes, it was. Vlahovic with a free kick, a long-range free kick towards Scalvini. It's cleared by Cristante. Dybala's collected it. He's gone for a run. I think Scalvini's chased him all the way back as well. He has. Karsdorp collects. In the middle, Cristante's going to get the ball as well for Roma. Loses out though to Vlahovic. He's going to go for a run. Wahi's in the middle. Wahi goes for a goal. Hits it just wide again. We're never going to score. It is one of those games we're never going to score. Rui Patricio with the goal kick. Still not quite at the hour mark. Roma passing in their own penalty area, which is sometimes a recipe for disaster. We've somehow got the ball. Good. Right, McKennie to Bremer. What are we doing? McKennie again. Vlahovic. Right-hand side is Tino if we want to use him. Does use Tino Livramento through to Kulusevski. Across to Wahi. And Eli Wahi gets his 3rd goal of the season in Juve colours. And we finally take the lead. And we are seeing the highlights straight after the goal as well. Ibanez with the ball. Mondragorga. Probably not his name because I added an extra G, I've realised. It is Karsdorp on the right-hand side. Chasing down is a couple of Juve players. Karsdorp goes for goal anyway. Karneshi easily holds on to that. And that was a highlight, apparently. Vallejo with a free kick. Karsdorp to Cristante. We need to nick this while he's chasing it all over the place. It is Chaser with Karsdorp as well. Chaser does nick it, and now counter-attack time. Cristante with a superb slide tackle. Over the top, though, from Gvardiol. And oh, my word, why he could have got his 2nd of the game. Right, I think we need to do some changes, but I don't know what we're going to do. Corner for Roma. Karneshi with a save. That was a good effort from Roma there. Was that the actual highlight? I don't think it was. Karneshi's going for a wander. What are you doing, buddy? Goes for a big kick, eventually over the halfway line. Vlahovic isn't going to bother jumping. Zaniolo controls it. Vlahovic just walks in there and goes, thank you very much. I will take that. Through to Wahi. Wahi's effort is saved. Vallejo can stop it going off as well. I say stop it. He can kick it off for a corner. Kulusevski's going to take it as well. Left-hand side towards Vlahovic at the back post. Patricio with a good save. Right, we need to do some subs, I think. The highlight might carry on. 2 changes at the moment. Ravella and Shelderup coming on for Locatelli and Chaser. Chaser harshly probably coming off, but I want to try something else on that left-hand side. Give somebody else an opportunity because we're doing well up front and maybe somebody else can also do well up front. Final 10 minutes. Do we want to look at doing some more subs? I mean, we're in the final 5 now. We may as well. 3 more subs then. Davide Batella's coming on as a right back because reasons. We're also bringing on Moise Keane and Arkadiusz Milik up front as well. Vlahovic is coming off. So this is the first time in a long time where Vlahovic has not scored a goal. And we as a team have only scored 1 goal as well, but it was enough to win the match. Wahi with the winning goal. Assist from Kulusevski and a man on the match award as well. Not a terrible performance, but we probably should have scored 3. Just in case you were interested, that is the current status of the league table. We are one of the few teams to have actually played 18, us and Roma up the right end of the table. Lots of teams down the wrong end on 18, but we are still at least 9 points clear of anyone below us. Currently, we are 12 points clear because Milan and Inter still have a game to play. Which Inter lost 5-4 against Lazio, Milan beat Verona 4-0. So Milan are trying to keep pace with us. Failing miserably because we are so far clear at the moment, but they are still only 9 points behind. This is actually ridiculous how well we're doing. Right, we're going to go forward now to transfer deadline day. I promise nothing. I am not going to say we're going to sign players because I have no idea. Just for your information, we've got £2.2 million as a transfer budget to spend. Wage budget, we've got a lot, so we could do some wiggling, maybe get a £5 million transfer over the line. I'm not actively looking for anybody. So then, as everything turns yellow for transfer deadline day, we've got 15 hours. There is one transfer that is potentially going to go through. Apparently Porto want Moise Kean, and we've been linked with this guy. You should know by now we're not going to sign a 27-year-old. We're also linked with Otavio, who's 28. That's also not happening. Basically, there's going to be one transfer joining the club. Hopefully some players may leave, but I'm not quite sure. Just out of interest, who is wanted by some people? Porto do want Kean. Vlahovic by, I assume, everybody because he's ridiculous. Miretti's wanted by Porto. Kulusevski by Man City. Chaser by Man City. I'm not against selling Chaser. That's probably controversial. I'm not against that. Porto have made a Miretti bid, which we're not doing. He's staying, everybody. Don't worry. And with 10 hours to go, we have made our one and only signing on deadline day. It is Marcos Leonardo from Santos. 20-year-old Brazilian striker. He's cost how much? £15.25 million. I ask how much because I don't know. I asked the board to do it and they went, sure, we'll do that. So that is how we've managed to get this deal over the line. At 20, he's probably good enough to get some game time for us now. I don't know whether we need him. But I can't really turn down an opportunity to sign a player who I think is going to be world class in literally 2 years' time. So frustratingly, with 2 hours to go, we've had no bids on anybody. When it comes to players that are listed, I've literally got Paul Pogba listed for free and nobody wants him. Nobody is coming in for Pogba. I don't want you at the club. You're getting paid too much money. You're 30 years old. You might be good. I just don't need you anymore. I was also trying to loan out Hedl and Luca. However, Hedl keeps getting injured. And by injured, he's currently got the flu. I think before, he had a cold. I think he's just skiving, isn't he? He's skiving off work. And yet, no offers for Pogba. I'm going to talk to him and say, look, leave, please. Fair enough. I don't want to do this. Okay. Does that mean Pogba might be off? Hold on. Right, just go. I don't need you at the club. Just leave. I sound like every Man United fan, don't I? We've got 15 minutes left of deadline day and nothing's going to happen. Nobody. Paul Pogba just stayed at the club. We spent another £50 million. Can I just point out that we have spent so far this season £328 million. That's a lot. And some of this I didn't even do. I mean, I can take blame for the Livramentos and the Gvardiol. Not even the Gvardios, actually. The Livramentos and the Scalvinis. Gvardiol wasn't me. That was the board. I said buy him and they went, okay. Leonardo was the board. So I've only spent 228 million. Also, when you consider our wage bill is literally Spezia's wage budget higher than second place Inter Milan, if we don't win the league, we're doing something wrong. So before we kick off our match against Atalanta, I need to tell you that the gap between us and second place has dropped down to only 6 points. But that's because the teams below us have already played their game for this week. It means we need to beat Atalanta if we want to keep that 9-point advantage over second place. Atalanta not having a very good season, down in 9th at the moment. It's going to be Carnesci in goal, Livramento, Bremer, Scalvini and Gvardiol, McKennie and Locatelli in midfield, Kulusevski, Chiesa, Milik and Vlahovic leading the line. I've done it again, want you that way round. There we go. Obviously, Atalanta are one of 2 teams throughout this entire season that have picked up points against us. They drew 0-0 with us in the first episode of Season 2, and then it's Chelsea who drew 1-1 with us in the Champions League. So, we need to really beat Atalanta. They are the only team to take points from us. In theory, all it should take is 1 early goal. That's all we need. Get 1 goal on the board, and then we should just be able to kind of walk through it now. Scalvini, the former Atalanta man. Big lump over to the right-hand side for Livramento. His control's not the best. Thomas Lamar finds it Duvan Zapata. Left-hand side is Lamar. Again, lots of space to run into. Livramento's trying to keep up with him desperately. Plays it back to Okoli. Now Darun. Vlahovic nicks that ball away. McKennie almost by Darun. Doesn't manage to get there. Milik's in on goal here. Is Milik going to make it 1? He should make it 1. How has he missed? How has he actually missed that? That's ridiculous. We've got a corner. Kulusevski takes it. It's cleared by Okoli. McKennie on the volley. I think Vlahovic is claiming it, but I'm sure he would have been offside. If that counts, that is a complete poacher's goal. It is disallowed. I imagine he was probably about 2 yards off. He was about a yard off, but he's still definitely offside. Atalanta with a free kick. Lamar with it on the left-hand side. We need to get this clear. This is a good opportunity to score, and they've just proved me right because Rafael Toloi makes it 1-0 to Atalanta. We now need to score 2 goals. Highlight straight from kickoff though. Bremer, left-hand side is Gvardiol with some space. Doesn't want to run though. Chiesa cuts inside number 7, the captain. Right-hand side is Livramento with so much space. Why did you pass that? Are you friends with Thomas Lemar or something? You just want to pass to him every 10 seconds. Bremer to McKennie. Ball on the ground. Vlahovic to Milik. This time he surely has to score. How has he not scored again? Should we be playing Wahi? Should we be playing Wahi and maybe push him up to be the new Milik? Because Milik so far is not doing very well. Also, by the way, Marcos Leonardo is currently away on international duty along with Thiago Almada. I assume there's some South American tournament going on. Milik's on a 6-3. How is he doing so badly? Gvardiol collects it to Scalvini. Maybe we shouldn't have swapped Vlahovic and Milik over. Vlahovic would have buried those two. McKennie to Locatelli, lumps it upfield. Kulusevski's going to get there first. No, he doesn't. Okoli with a good slide. Lamar and Okoli again passing. Martin Darun back to Okoli. Put some pressure on. Somebody? Anybody? Palomino clears. Livramento gets it though. Locatelli on the ground. Through to Chiesa. Oh my word, we're never going to score. We should be 3-1 up. We should be 3-1 up right now. And currently Atalanta are 1-0 up. Should be 4-1. It should be 4-1. I genuinely cannot believe how awful Milik is playing. He's had 3 golden opportunities to score and not manage it. Chiesa loses out to Koopmeiners. McKennie to Kulusevski. Back to Tino Livramento. McKennie in the middle. Ball forward. Can't get it over his man. Gets it back. Luckily, Milik's in again. And this time, Milik can blast the ball into the back of the net. The flag stays down. It's going to be 1-1. VAR's confirmed it as well. Good, good, good. I was worried then that wasn't going to count. Milik has finally got on the score sheet at the 45th time of asking. We have been absolutely dominant, and it's 1-1. This is ridiculous. I've never seen Milik play so badly at all. We're going straight into the second half, no changes. Even though Milik's on a 7.0, I'm not forgiving him for those early chances in the first half. Kulusevski's also on a 6.4. Scalvini's on a 6.3, so I imagine he's getting blamed for something. Kulusevski towards Locatelli. He's at the bar. Vlahovic is there. Toloi manages to clear the ball. We've got an XG of over 3. And we've scored 1. Musso with a big kick over the halfway line. We get there with Bremer. Darun, though, collects Koopmeiners to Ederson. Goes out wide. Scalvini sticks a leg out and wins it. Koopmeiners gets it back. Darun again with the ball. Left-hand side is Lamar. Goes for an optimistic effort, that one. As all of the Atalanta fans at once, in unison, just do the same action. Right, let's do some changes. Milik is coming off. Wahi's coming on. Kulusevski coming off for Keane. What else do we do? Scalvini for Danso. Anything else? I mean, Karnesh is on a 6-6, so he's clearly getting the blame for something. I don't want to draw against Atalanta again. I don't want that to happen. Livramento's got the ball for us. We've got 20 minutes to play. Bremer to Danso. Played so well in the first season. Doesn't really get a look in the second. Gvardiol to Chiesa. Back to Gvardiol. In the middle is McKennie. On the ground to Vlahovic. Needs a runner. Keane might be that runner. He's gone for a long-range effort. And Musso with a superb save. Musso should be getting man of the match at this rate. Chiesa's corner from the left-hand side. Right-footed towards nobody. Pasalic heads clear. Right, at the end of the day, look at the positives. A 1-1 draw is not a defeat. And it means our invincible season will carry on. There is another highlight, though. We need to nick this. Locatelli steals it. Danso to Gvardiol. Chiesa to Vlahovic. What are you going to do? Moise Keane's in on goal. Keane has to score. Why did you go for that corner? 3 subs for Atalanta as we go through a corner. Chiesa is going to take it. Right-footed from the right this time. Front post, I think that might be Kevin Danso, you know. What's taking so long? Chiesa does eventually take the corner. Back post, it's Wahi. Danso's going to collect. Back to Chiesa, keeping this highlight alive. He's gone for goal himself. McKennie on the volley. And it's wide. This has been such a one-sided match, and we're going to only get 1 point from it. Oh, I'm so disappointed. That is ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. An XG of 4.2, we score 1 goal. That is absolutely nuts. I just want to have a look. What can we even see? Shots. Is that shots on target, I assume? Shots on target. He scored 1 goal, and look how close these 3 were. And that one. I mean, that's so close. Milik could have won this game for us 5-1. I've given them an angry team talk and they kind of agreed apart from Gvardiol, which is good to see. I said, you've had a lot of shots. We should have won that. There's no excuse. And they all went, yeah, you're right, boss. Apart from Gvardiol went, maybe not so sure about that one. So then at the end of this episode, obviously only 2 matches have been played, but we are now at the halfway point for our season. Top of the table, as you can see, 7 points clear. Milan in second, still with a game in hand over Inter. So, assuming that we both win our game, it's already potentially down to a 2-horse race between us and Milan for that title for the second season. Next episode, we are going to do a bit of a split episode. We're going to do Sevilla, we're going to do Milan, and we're going to do probably Sevilla again, or maybe Lazio. I don't know. Maybe we just do those. Maybe that's what we look at doing. We do Sevilla, Milan, and then, I don't know. We're going to play Milan in the next episode. I know that much. Thank you very much for watching this one. If you did enjoy, do please remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll be back next time.